Change is on the way. What's going on, everyone? My name's Roszko and welcome to the channel. I'm super excited because we could have our first and best look yet at the new 350 V3. Now the picture that I do have is a picture of a sample pair, and I do believe some changes will be made to the sneaker when it comes to the final retail version. But the one thing you could take from it all is that a 350 V3 is on the way, and from what I heard from sources is that we could probably expect it in 2020. And if I was gonna take a guess, I would say this upcoming holiday season. A lot of people have speculated that the new 380s is basically the 350 V3, and I think that's what Yeezy had in mind at first, but they decided let's give it its own number, basically creating a new Yeezy to the lineup. And also, it doesn't limit the possibilities with the 380s, because then they can always go back and update it and call it like a 380 V2, V3. Because let's face it, with this silhouette, man, over the past few years, I mean, it's been oversaturated. I feel like they've been dropping a new 350 V2 every month. I mean, even last December, they dropped two pairs. They dropped the Yeezy and the Yeezreels. Then if you add reflectives into the mix, they have been getting a little bit oversaturated. So if they do add more of like an updated version of this sneaker in the lineup, they can kind of stretch it out. Like, they don't have to drop this sneaker every month. They can drop it every other month, maybe once every 3 months. I feel like the 350 V2s is one of the more iconic Yeezys in the whole entire lineup. And when they oversaturate it, it just loses that wow factor that it once had. When they stretch it out, I feel like it's a win-win for Yeezy. And then looking at the 350 V2 now, a little bit outdated, especially if you look at the newer Yeezys and how they're designed. And I feel like it just needs like a new, fresh version of this sneaker. So here is a picture of the 350 V3 sample, and you can immediately tell it's sort of like a hybrid of a 380 and a 350 V2, but what I will say, it definitely has newer design aspect of Yeezy. Makes me think that this could definitely be a possibility of it dropping in 2020, because it just feels like the new Yeezy wave. On the upper is definitely very similar to the 380s. I mean, you see that translucent part on the side of the sneaker, exactly like the 380s. Even the camo print on this 350 V3 kind of has that digi camo print to it, which is very similar. On the 350 V2s and this 350 V3, you can definitely see the tongue. So that's really iconic for the 350 V2, that pronounced tongue. And then look at the sole. I mean, the sole with the ribs, I mean, that is 350 V2 all over it. It's back on this one. Now, what I noticed too on the sole, it doesn't look as thick as, say, like the 380s, especially on the back of the heel. Like the 380s has like a pronounced runner look. This one sort of, I guess, a little bit of a runner feel. Like, it looks like the heel curves up a little bit, but it's not as pronounced. The pull tab's back on this shoe, which is great. I know a lot of people are a fan of the pull tab. Different material, which is pretty cool. It's not like that cloth material on the 350 V2s. So it is a different material. Looks like the same material that's around the ankle collar is on the pull tab, which is nice. And then that upper is more of a sock-like feel, so I do think it's gonna hug your foot like a glove, but there will be a pronounced tongue on it, which is nice. Now, looking at the tag on this shoe, I thought it was kind of interesting because they're calling it the 350 V3 low. So a low. They're calling it a low, which I thought was kind of interesting. Why would they just call it a low? Why wouldn't they just call it a 350 V3? Well, you know, in that Forbes video, I did see a high version of the 350. So maybe there could be two versions of the 350 V3. There could be a low, which is this one, which will be a lot lower, kind of sit below your ankle. Started in the Forbes video, is a 350 V3 high. So what if they drop both versions, adding more shoes? Woo! Now we're talking. Like, I think that would be awesome. I think that would be so sick if they drop that shoe. So if they're calling it a low, they must have like a mid or a high, and then they're calling it medieval, which is pretty cool for a color name. Because if you look at the shoe, it's all different shades of gray. Kind of feels like a knight in shining armor. I don't know. I just like the vibe of this sneaker. Hopefully we see something similar to this. Who knows? Maybe this one will never drop and we'll get like something totally different. I like it, man. I would definitely cop this shoe for sure. I think this is what's needed, a little bit more refreshing, kind of like a more updated, you know, 350 to the lineup. I think it's needed. Look at this one. And then look at the 350 V2. Doesn't this feel so much outdated? But don't worry, they're not getting rid of the 350 V2. So even if you hate this sneaker, they'll still drop this one. I mean, it's the most iconic Yeezy. This was the one that the mass public obviously loves. Like, this one sells out. Even though everyone hates it, this one still sells out to this day. So this sneaker isn't going anywhere. Major changes is coming to the Yeezy lineup very soon, and I am super excited. I know for sure everyone's gonna go crazy for this. 350 V3. What? Now, it's actually kind of funny because it's in my size 12. But guys, that is my video for you guys today. I want you guys down in the comments what you guys think of this 350 V3. Would you cop it? Are you happy about this? Would you like to see this shoe drop? That is my video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.